Today we're looking at one of the most innovative cameras of the year, the tiny Polaroid Cube action camera. If you thought GoPro cameras were tiny, wait till you see the Cube. The Cube measures less than 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches by another 1.5 inches. And just to show you how tiny this camera is, let's compare it to a standard alkaline AA cell. The camera's body is made from this soft touch rubberized plastic and has this multicolored stripe running through the center to give it a retro Polaroid touch. It's currently available in 3 colors, red, blue, and black, and is splash proof. Now you can also add an optional waterproof case to make it waterproof up to 10 meters. The lens on the front of the camera has a field of view of 124 degrees, which is about what GoPros shoot in the medium mode. There's a little microphone under the lens that's useful in case you want to capture audio. The power button is on top, and keeping it pressed down turns the camera on and off. Pressing the button once makes the green LED blink red and takes a still picture. Pressing the button twice starts video recording and the LED blinks a slow red. The back of the camera has a cavity that houses the micro SD card, the button to switch between 1080p and 720p, and the micro USB port to charge the camera and transfer files. Polaroid also provides a screw-on cap to protect these ports and controls from dirt and other elements. The bottom of this camera is what really makes it unique. Instead of a mount like a GoPro, it has an extremely strong magnet that lets you stick it to any steel or iron surface. And throughout our testing, the magnet was strong and held up very well. It kept the little camera firmly planted. For those looking for other mounting options, Polaroid also sells a slew of other optional mounts like bicycle mounts, helmet mounts, and tripod mounts. Once you plug the Cube into a Mac or PC, you can transfer photos and videos that it captured. Additionally, you can also change settings like light frequency, timestamps, the date and time, and the camera buzzer volume. There are absolutely no options to change exposure, white balance, or even frame rates. Everything is in full automatic mode. Now, to test the quality of the footage it records when moving, I attached the camera to the roof of my car to capture a panoramic view. Now, the video being recorded is being recorded at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Surprisingly, there's no 60 frames per second option even at 720p, an option all current GoPro cameras offer. The footage is decent, it's well saturated, and the white balance is pretty accurate. But the camera lacks in sharpness or dynamic range. Some of that is a result of shooting at 30 frames per second, and the video isn't as smooth as video even from GoPro's least expensive model. Next, I mounted it to the wheel arch of my car and captured the motion of the tire. Again, the colors were accurately reproduced, but the footage was not as sharp as footage from GoPro's current generation of cameras. It's somewhat similar to footage from a GoPro Hero 2. I then mounted the camera to a quadcopter to get some aerial footage. It was a bit windy and the footage is a little jerky. However, the colors are well reproduced, but the sharpness and detail are again somewhat lacking. The 6 megapixel stills that the Polaroid Cube takes are decent, as you can see here. However, the wide-angle field of view does give the pictures a significant fisheye effect. Now here's an issue with the Cube that most entry-level action cameras share: the lack of a viewfinder. There's no Wi-Fi app or external viewfinder, and this makes it extremely difficult to frame your shot. Now Polaroid's marketing makes it appear that this is a camera for people who don't care much about the shot being framed. It's marketed as being a discreet, go-anywhere camera that shoots footage at the press of a button. This concept is great in theory, but pretty annoying in practice. No matter how hard you try to guess your shot, it's almost impossible to get exactly the shot you want. And this is extremely frustrating whether you're a professional or a casual action cam user. Additionally, you can't remotely start or stop recording. So overall, the Polaroid Cube is a cute camera that puts forward a bold concept in a rugged little package. However, the lack of sharpness and detail in the video combined with the lack of a viewfinder of any kind prevent us from recommending the Polaroid Cube. For folks on a budget, we'd recommend the Sony HDR AS20, which shoots 1080p video at 60 frames per second and has a Wi-Fi smartphone viewfinder. Buyers looking for a slightly more professional action camera will like the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Silver Edition. Feel free to check out our review of that camera by clicking on the annotation. I've put links to all these cameras in the description below. Hope this review has been useful. If it has, please hit like and subscribe for more reviews. Thanks for watching.